Now let's start the next part of classification, that is diversity and classification in animal. As we are observing surrounding to us, we are observing the different types of animals. As we are observing carefully, we have seen that they have the different shapes in their body structure. They have the great variety in their body structure also. Yes, some are very small, some are very huge. For example, amoeba is there, elephant is there. Okay, some are living in water, some are flying in the sky. Yes, birds are there. So in that also have the variations. Each and everyone have the different characteristics also. So that point only we have to study now about the animals. As animals have the body parts like head, neck, torso, a tail, limbs for movement. Yes, they have various organ systems which carry on various function inside their body. In this respect too, there is a lot of diversity in animals. So let's see. As they have the various organ system inside their body. Yes, to perform the inside function properly. Again, in that also they have the variation. As we are observing the picture, the internal system of horse is different, and the internal system of that goat is also a different. Means inside their body also they have the variation, they have the diversity. Let's see the variations in their body structure. Okay, differences in their body structure. Lizard, tiger, fish, eagle, a hen, a crab, housefly, earthworm, a crocodile, and a grasshopper. See their differences. Now we can observe the variations or variety in animals with respect to their food also. Since animals depends on other for their food, they are found in places where food is available. Different animals have the different methods of obtaining and eating food. Yes, some are carnivorous, means they are catching the other animal and they are eating their animal only. But some animals they are eating the grass. Yes, so according to their food only, their variations are there in animals. We are taking the drop of puddle water. Yes, as we are taking a drop of water from a puddle, it's seen under a microscope. Then we are observing innumerable microbes. We are observing under that. See which microbes are present. You will see that continuously moving amoeba, again paramecium also. So these all are the unicellular animals. These all are the unicellular animals, means their all body process occur in a single cell. Okay, the all body process occur in a single cell, so they are called the unicellular. For while the horse, tortoise, these all are the multicellular animals. Yes, as they have the many cells, so they are called the multicellular animals. So that is also one type of the animal only, that is unicellular and multicellular animals. See, these all are the multicellular animals. Now see in the picture, what is the chain of a bones in the center of our back called? So everyone have that backside one chain of a bone. Yes. So what it is called? It is called the vertebral columns. Now based on the vertebral columns, again there are variations in the animal. So see. So the animals with a vertebral column and those without it form two groups known as a vertebrate and invertebrates. So the animals which have that backside, that bone chain, they are called the vertebrates, and the animals which do not have that bone chain, they are called the invertebrates column. For example, snakes, bird, fish, and kangaroos, as also humans also. Yes, we everyone have that backside, that chain at the center, chain of a bones. So we all are the vertebrates. We okay. Humans are also coming in a vertebrate column. Snake also, birds also, fish and kangaroos also. These are called the vertebrates animal. Understood? While the animals such as snails, cockroaches, earthworms do not have a vertebral column. Okay, so therefore they are called invertebrate animals. They are called the invertebrate animals. So based on the backbone, animals are classified as a vertebrate animal and invertebrate animals. Understood? See, some animals which lay eggs, yes, which give the eggs, while some animals are there which give birth to their young ones, while some animals are there which give birth to their young ones. So based on that only again animals are classified. See some examples. See the hens. A hen lays eggs and it hatches them after a few days. The young chicks hatch out from the eggs. Okay. While we have learned that producing another living thing like oneself is called the reproduction. Okay. In last lesson we have seen the characteristics that is about reproduction. A cow gives birth to a calf only. Yes. Before that a calf grows within a cow's body only. Means cow gives directly to the young one. Okay. But for hen it hatch out from the eggs. So according to the mode of reproduction, animals are classified into two types, that is oviparous. Oviparous means which lay eggs. Okay, which lay eggs. Again viviparous animals which give birth to their young ones. So another type of animals what? Which give directly to the young one, that is called the viviparous animals. Now see this picture. There are different animals are there. Okay. Now see a horse, bear, tortoise, alligator, fish, deer, frog. Is it these all animals are found in a one place? Yes. No. Yes. Is it all these animals are found on a one place? No. Here some animals grow on a land. Yes. Some are growing in water. Again, like frog, they are growing on both land and water also. Yes. So according to their habitat, animals are usually classified into terrestrial and aquatic animals. Yes, terrestrial means growing on a land. They are living on the land, while aquatic means living in a water. Another type is what? Amphibious animals, means they are living on both land and water also. Understood? See here a kite. We observing the different birds. A kite is there, an eagle, crow, butterfly, honeybees. All they are fly in the air. Yes, though they live in different places. They are living. They are not living on a one place. So as they are flying everywhere, anywhere, so they are live in a different places. So these animals are said to have an aerial mode of life. So according to their habitat, again animals are classified as a terrestrial animal, aquatic animal, amphibious animals and aerial mode of animals, or they have the aerial mode of life. Understood everyone? So these all are about the classification of animals. For classification of animal also they are taking the different criteria. Yes, they are taking the different criteria about their, yes, body structure is there. According to their body structure, according to their food they are classified. Yes, according to their backbone, then according to their reproduction, according to their habitat, animals are classified into different types. So here we conclude about the classification of plants. So that is about the lesson number 3, diversity in, yes, in the living things and their classification. In living thing both plants and animals are there. So in that lesson we have studied about the classification of plants as well as animals. So here we conclude the lesson number 3. I think everyone have understood this classification. So everyone read the lesson, full lesson you have to read it properly without doing any mistakes. Okay, so everyone read the lesson, learn the new words and Write the new words also in your CW and complete the CW. Complete the questions from your notes in your CW. So complete the lesson number 3rd. Lesson number 3 in your CW properly, systematically, and maintain your CW properly. Understood everyone? Okay. Thank you.